So what happens when a bunch of strangers decide to experiment and start a vlog?
I guess we're going to find out. Hello everyone. As you can see, my location has changed. I'm back down in Reading for my final term of my second year and have a lot of exams going on at the moment, but it's going well. I've done 2, I've got another 7 to go, so I'm supposed to be doing a tutorial video, and I realise, as I've been thinking about this, I cannot think of very many skills that I have that I can teach. One of the few things I can do is cook. However, there's a slight problem. The only camera I possess is attached to my laptop. Also, our kitchen downstairs is kind of messy. I don't really want to have to show you the mess in the kitchen because it's kind of filthy. So, I am going to endeavour to teach you how to make something without actually doing it, which should be a test of my skill. So, I'm going to teach you how to make a quinoa bean salad, which I basically eat for lunch all the time. It's great warm once you've made it, and then it works cold for like the next 4 or 5 days, depending how much you kind of make. So, the main ingredient is quinoa. I don't know if people know what quinoa is, but it's a really nice kind of grain, nice and easy to cook. So, that's the main ingredient. You use about a cup's worth, and that gives you about 4-ish sort of servings. I went down to using 2/3 a cup just because I didn't have a box large enough to hold all of the food. So basically what you want to do is you want to sort of rinse the quinoa first in cold water and then cook it for 10 minutes. Just take it off the heat and you leave it for another 5 to absorb the last of the water, so you want to cover it about double the water that you would. And just leave that cooking while you do everything out. The other things you're going to need are, you're going to need 2 cans of beans, or you can use dried beans and soak them, and they can be any kind of beans you like. I used things like kidney beans and black beans. It was really whatever beans were cheapest that week to buy. So at some point you're going to need to obviously cook those, microwave them on the hob, however it is that the cooking instructions say, so you heat them up. You also need some lettuce, however much you want to add. I used a little gem lettuce. I don't know if they happen to be called that anywhere else or if that's just an English thing, but they're about the size of your hand, and you just use one of them and chop that all up nice and roughly into size, and then you get about 1/4 of a cucumber, chop that up into kind of chunks. I like to try and keep it so every bit had a bit of the skin on, but I suppose you could peel it if you weren't partial to the outside skin, but I am. A carrot or 2 carrots depending on the size, like a good kind of medium-sized carrot, so sometimes I'd end up using more. And also half a bell pepper in any colour you choose. I often put red because I just like the fact there was a different colour going on in there. And you can add in like other kind of salad bits if you'd prefer. I always served it with a tomato on the side. I just choose not to chop up into the tomato because it kind of would go a bit weird over the couple of days, so worked out better. And also to finish, about a tablespoon of mixed seeds and salad dressing if you want. Any salad dressing of your choice, it's really fine there. So that's all you do basically, is you chop everything up however you like, kind of squares, diced is all fine. Chop everything up, and then you get a bowl. Once your quinoa's cooked, you just put that in, put the beans in, mix it round so it's all quite well mixed, and then add in the salad and then mix it again. Then that's it. You can serve it warm if you have lots of people around, that's great. Serves about 4. Otherwise you just portion it out and then you keep it in the fridge for a few days, and hopefully, unlike my fridge downstairs, it won't freeze, and then stuff will go kind of gross, but it should be fine as long as nothing freezes. I just have an unusual fridge that likes to freeze things. And then you can serve it up every day, and it's really nice and delicious. So that's how to make a quinoa bean salad without me actually showing you how to make it, because unfortunately laptop camera is not very useful for trying to film how to make a salad downstairs, so hopefully that all made sense. I'll put a recipe down below so you can see, because you know that makes life easier. And another thing I realised I could in theory tell you about is hedge laying. If people want me to tell you about how to do hedge laying, which is something I've learned very recently how to do, then I'm more than happy to, but obviously, you know, I don't know how many other people need to know how to lay hedges. But it's very interesting. But if people want me to do that, just, you know, let me know. And that's all I can think to say about quinoa bean salad. Oh, and Marie, for your tutorial video, I'm quite intrigued in hemp jewellery, because I have lots of hemp jewellery stuff back home that I've never actually used, and it's really just clogging up a lot of my craft space, and I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else has to teach me.